Hello, my lovelies. So we're going to do a little bit of a cemetery walk today. It is Halloween. I have my witch's hat on that I made. I didn't really dress up this year. I kind of just said, fuck it. I was not really feeling it. So the hat is all I'm really dressing up for today. But I found some unique stuff over here that I want to actually explore. I haven't been to this section yet. So we're going to see if anybody wants to talk to us. Now, this is an older section, so we're going to see if anybody has anything they want to say to us. All right, so we moved over here a few feet. This is Charles Seavey. Not sure how to pronounce your last name. I'm Jenna. I come out here to interact with those that have passed on. So these little things that I set in front of your headstone, they light up when you touch them or interact with them. So come up here, I'll show you this one. If you touch it, see how it has pretty lights on it? That's all it does. It just lights up pretty colors. So if you would like to mess with that, you're more than welcome to. We're going to hope that one of these cameras actually picks something up today. I hope you have a happy Halloween. I'm coming out here today just to mingle with all you guys, say hello, all that good stuff. Nothing too exciting. Visited a few family members that are also over here today. Brought them a piece of chocolate because it's Halloween, right? I have more in the car. I can bring a piece over if you'd like me to leave one. Just little tiny pieces of chocolate for Halloween. We're handing them out to trick-or-treaters. All that good stuff. Maybe if I stand like this, the shade will actually block the light, so maybe we can see the meter light up. Charles, I don't know anything about you, other than it says that you were 33 years old when you passed away. You know, it's the same age Jesus was when he died. Interestingly enough. It's a weird fact that I remember. I don't know why I remember such weird stuff, but I do. Were you part of the original settlers that came here, the pioneers? I wonder what you did when you were here. Wonder what your job was, or what you did to earn a living. I go out and talk to dead people. Isn't that exciting? I'm a medium, so I channel spirit's energy. Sometimes I hear you, see you, feel you, all of those things. Sometimes I can smell things that aren't there. So I like to go to the oldest parts of the cemetery because I figure most of them don't usually have visitors anymore, which makes me sad. So I try and come say hi to people that maybe haven't had a visitor in a while. That's it. Don't mean any harm to anyone. I just come to say hello for a few minutes and then I leave. Nothing out of you either. Maybe none of the spirits want to talk today on Halloween, huh? That's all right. I promise I'm a good witch. I'm not a bad witch. I don't hurt anybody. I'm a healer. I use my spiritual gifts to help other people. All right, sir. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll leave you be. So I've moved to another section. I do think that this is kind of part of the pioneers section over here. Some of these are really, really old. If you look way off into the distance, the oldest part over here would have been the pioneers. So people that helped to found this. And I see a broken headstone over here. So let's go over here. Literally all of these are really old. That makes me sad. So it fell off where it was at. That's a bummer. So it says, in loving memory of John Stbachan. I don't even know how to say that. Anyways, let's see. 8. All right, my lovelies, had to switch cameras because, you know, every time I come, they got to drain the battery. So we're going to walk down to this section. I do have my mic on. Hopefully it works better because it is a little windy. Seems like every time I come here, the wind is picked up. So, Wright, that's the last name. You know what? I think he might have also been part of the Woodman stuff. If you look, that looks like a lot of these Woodmen of the Woodman things. So he was a doctor. He was a healer. 1884. Wow. Long time ago. So we have this one right here. And then kiddos over here. Wife probably too. Maybe he had more than one. Maybe it's his kids. I don't know. This one was a baby. Let's see, September 1929 to 1931. So 2 years old. That always makes me sad. Well, here, baby. Here's a candy for you. Happy Halloween. I brought some of those today just because it's Halloween. So I brought little offerings for you guys. I'm assuming this could have also been a little one. It says Perkins on here. Mother, so this maybe was the mom of the baby. Oh, and the baby's in here. Well, let's leave mom and baby one right there. Happy Halloween. I love that. God is love. Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time I channel the Holy Spirit energy, that's all it feels like is love. Divine love. It's peaceful, beautiful energy. So I love that. Okay, let's see what else is down here. I never usually come down to this section. I don't know why. I've been to the section over here, which we'll go to in a little bit, but I've never come down here. So this was on the list today, ones to visit. $1891. Definitely an older one. Same with that one over there. 1916. And then what's weird is, okay, so usually you have like this one in the distance, how you have them in rows and grouped together. Look how there's this empty space here. And it's like, why did we have such sporadic ones over here, right? And then there's just nothing. It's just fields. I always thought that was strange. Never understood that. So we're gonna walk over here. There was a glove in the grass. That's strange. Ooh, cactus. We don't want those. More cactus. Ooh, gotta be careful where we step. Ooh, lots of cactus. Maybe that's why they didn't build over here, huh? Because there's just cactus everywhere. That's no good. Let's see. I want to get to that one, but there's pokey stuff everywhere. So let's go up and around. Let's see if that's easier. There we go. A little less cactusy. Oh, that one fell down. That one fell down. A lot of these are just super old. They've cracked. It says R. William Wallace. 1881. 15 years. So, teenager. So I have a chocolate for you, Willie. Happy Halloween, friend. We have Ralph. Looks like a 1-year-old. This one I can't tell. I'm going to go to the other side. (1821 to 1880). 1888. Look how tiny this one is. Look how tiny this one is. So little compared to that one. It's just tiny. Same with this one, just a tiny one. And all of these are breaking. That makes me so sad. It's like, why aren't they more well maintained? Another one that's broken off. Hard to read what that one says. 10-year-old right there. There's so many that died so early in life here. Crazy to me. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to come to. Salmon. How's your first name? Salmon. That's unique. Salmon Andrews, 1886. He was 35. I'm assuming it was a he. Doesn't say. Eliza Ann, 91. Wow, she lived a really long time. Anything else? Yep. And Merlis? That's a cool name. 64. Okay, so that must have been their child, I'm assuming. Salmon. Salmon must have been the child. Let's see, do I have any more? All the other stuff is in my truck. I'm out of candy. I brought more, but it's not on me. This one is also broken. That's like this whole section. There's some down here by the tree. Some by the tree there. And then again, fields with nothing in them. Is that not strange? That part of this cemetery would have been part of the pioneer stuff. There's some down here by the tree again. It's so strange to me. There's a squirrel. He says, I'm going to steal your candies. They might. Hi. Hello. Happy Halloween, little friend. Hi. Hi. Oh, I don't know. I don't think we should get that close. Hi. Hi, you're very cute. Hi. He's hiding behind the tree. Another one. Just random stuff. Random. It's like, there's no rhyme or reason to some of this. McDonald. This was another baby. 1 year old. It's a big one. 1830 to 1912 and 1847 to 1915. Mother, father. Part of a flag. (1887, 1854, 1931). That little squirrel's eyeballing me. You stay over there. You stay over there. No. You stay over there. I'll leave you alone if you leave me alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. I ain't gonna hurt you. Just stay where you're at. See, like, look at these, how they're just completely knocked off their foundation. You can't even read it anymore. Makes me sad. Your final resting place should never be something that's completely forgotten in my mind. 29 years old. That one's probably another baby. Oh, that's a different one down there. Walk around this way. Same thing, like this one is all weird and broken. It's like, why aren't these more maintained? That's strange to me. Same thing with this one's broken. She was 53, so apparently hers was quite large, but it snapped in half. Little teeny one there again. That one's kind of weird. Where's that crazy squirrel so he don't chase me around? There he is. Oh man, he's coming. He's coming. Stay there, little squirrel. The little squirrel's trying to find me. He must think I have food for him. He's down there and he's like, hey. Where is he? I see you. I see you. Never thought I'd come to the cemetery and be chased around by a little squirrel. That's funny. Maybe he's excited. He's like, hey, visitors, we don't have too many of those. Come hang out. It's that big old tree that fell. I mean, at least it's quiet over here today. So we're going to go to another section and maybe our little squirrel buddy won't follow me. Maybe I smell like candy. I don't know. Funny. So these ones look newer to me. Yeah, these ones definitely look newer over here. This one's strange because it's like got a tree right next to it. Hey, burl. I don't know. Yeah, it's got like a tree right next to it. I think it's harder to maintain a headstone that way. My little squirrel. We'll see you later. Alright, so this would be the Pioneer section. And it stretches clear down here all the way to where the little road is. And then it comes back down this way and encircles over here. And where I'm standing and the area that we were just at with the little squirrel. So I have yet to come over to this side of it. So let's go see. Maybe, hopefully the little squirrel is on the other side. He'll leave us be. There's another one that's all broken down there. Another one that looks pretty old. The retaining wall's been in better shape, huh? Can't really tell what that one says. Sarah. There might be another one on this side. Or it's part of it. They're all breaking. It's so wild. There's a Helen. That was one of my grandma's names, was Helen. Tuttle. Edith. That was another one of my grandma's names. Interesting. All right. We're going to set up shop right here. And we shall see. Oh, it's already more than the other spot. Let me find my little globe. Hold on. All right, Miss Edith. My name's Jenna. Let me stand back a little bit so my phone's not interfering. So that little toy that I set down for you. Oh, and I have more candy. Hang on. Happy Halloween. Well, we'll put it right there, I guess. Happy Halloween. Came to bring some little goodies out with me. There's some activity. I just come out and talk to people who maybe haven't had visitors for a while. So my name's Jenna. I don't remember if I just said that or not. You know, we have bad memory some days. Hi, happy Halloween. How are you doing? So the little thing that I set there in front of you with the lights, it just lets me know that you can hear me. And so just like that, if you can blink it, yeah, just like that. The other little thing that I set there is a little toy, and it also lights up. There's some weirdo that keeps cruising around everywhere I go, and that's making me a little uncomfortable. So we're just going to be prepared to go. Anyways, if you can touch that little round toy down there, that one lights up too. It's got pretty rainbow colors on it. But the other one, the black one with the other lights on it, that one lights up if you touch it too. They don't hurt you or anything. They just have pretty lights. It just helps me know that you hear me and that you're able to communicate with me. I brought out some Halloween candy to the graves that I'm visiting today since it's Halloween. I thought maybe you guys would like a little treat, so I just brought a little snack, little treat. So today is Halloween. I don't know if that's something you celebrated when you were alive or not, but I wanted to just come out and see if anybody wanted to communicate today, so that's what I'm doing. Edith was one of my grandmother's names, my dad's mom, and I loved her very much. She unfortunately passed when I was pretty young, so I didn't get to know her as well as I would have liked to. And then I saw there's a Helen over here, so maybe, where is it? Right there. So maybe we'll go speak with her here shortly as well and bring her a little goodie. Do you have other family in this plot? Let's see, your last name's Newton. Definitely see you trying to light that up. That's awesome. Thank you. So this is what I do. I come out here and I talk to people I don't know. I'm a medium, so it means I communicate with people that have passed away, that are on the other side. I channel. Sometimes I can hear you. Sometimes I feel things on my body, things like that. And these little silly lights that I have let me know that you can hear me and that you know I'm around. Yep. Thank you. So I do it a little backwards. The green light's kind of always on that thing, and the red light, it takes a lot of energy, but if you can push it all the way to the red, that lets me know for sure that you are here with me and you're communicating with me. So I try and give you a little bit of time in order to see that you can do that. So if you're able to just touch that, and I know it takes a lot of energy. Sometimes it's easier to touch the little globe. It doesn't take much to light that one up. But if you're able to light up either one of those for me, that lets me know, Edith, that you heard me today. Thank you, Edith. Appreciate you. I'm wondering if you have very many visitors. It says that you passed in 1908. That was long before I was ever born. So I hope that you still have family in the area. Yeah, maybe. I have a few kiddos, but most of my family is gone now, so I just come out to grave sites to come say hello, come visit for a little while. You know what's funny is I actually was looking up some things the other day. We have this thing called the internet, so it's like all of the encyclopedias and things, all of the knowledge that we've learned, and you can actually use it to look things up really quick. So that's kind of neat. That's something that was created a long time after you had left, but it's a pretty neat little tool to use. Yeah. So I was looking up, apparently people used to come have picnics and social gatherings out here at cemeteries. Did you ever see that happen? It would have been in like the early 1900s, so maybe before you passed away. Man, that's really getting light up. Thank you, Edith. I appreciate you trying to connect with me. Wow, I saw it go to red. Thank you, Edith. Thank you so much. I see ya. I'm wondering what your life was like back here in the 1900s. I'm wondering, you know, I'm assuming you would have had some family. Yeah, family. Are they buried here too? So a little game I like to play is if it's yes, you make it go all the way to red. And if it's no, it's the green. I know it's backwards, right? But that's how, yep, I saw that. Okay, so we understand. All right, so did you have children, Edith? I'm a mom. I have 4 sons. They're pretty much all grown now, but I love them to pieces. Wish they could stay little sometimes. Did you have kids? Yes. Did you have boys? Girls? Did you lose children? I've lost a baby too, so I understand that pain. I'm sorry if you've also experienced that. Were you married? Yeah, looking like maybe, yeah. Yeah, married. Okay. Zoom in here. A little too close. There we go. I love that you're lighting that up. You're the first one today that's made any sort of contact with me, so I really appreciate your time. I wonder what you did for, if you had a job or if you were a homemaker, meaning you were home taking care of your family and children and things like that. Maybe you had land that you had to take care of, or livestock, horses, yeah. What about cows? No cows. What about chickens? No chickens. Pigs? Pigs. Trying to think what else you might have had to feed yourself. Were you guys part of like gold mining? Ooh, maybe. Is that what maybe brought you out here? Were you trying to make it all the way through into like California through the mountains? No? Were you always here in Colorado? Were you born here? Oh. So I wasn't born here, but all my kiddos were. So I'm a transplant. I'm originally from Mississippi. Was your family part of the military? Were you part of the bases that are around here? Maybe they called them something different in your time. Were you social when you were alive? Did you have a lot of friends? No? Me either. I'm kind of a loner. I do a lot of stuff by myself anymore. People aren't always so friendly, so I try and just do my own thing anymore. I'm so glad you decided to interact with me today, Edith. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful Halloween. I hope nobody bothers you today. Apologies if I bothered you. Just wanted to come leave you a little goodie. Thank you, Edith. We'll get out of your hair. All right, so this is next to Edith, and this has the same last name. So I'm assuming this is also her family. Arthur was a Mason. Let's see, he's 28, so probably her son. These ones all say Munson, Rudd. What's this one? Rudd and Rudd. So these ones are probably related to Miss Edith, but there's like a gap here, so I'm wondering if maybe her spouse is next to her. I don't know, because I can't imagine that the 28-year-old was her husband. But maybe, if she passed in 1908, maybe, I don't know. Thanks, Edith. We'll see you another time. We're going to go talk to Miss Helen over here. Funny that both my grandmother's names, Edith and Helen, and here's 2 of them. So we have Helen. Hi, Helen. My name's Jenna. I'm going to set down all my stuff right here. None of it will hurt you. It just helps me to be able to talk to you. And look. Oh, where'd they go? Let me see. I thought I had another candy. Did they all fall out of my pocket, maybe? Well, that's a bummer. Apologies. I thought I had another one. I'll go back to the truck before I leave and I'll go grab one for you. So, if you heard me talking to your neighbor over there, you have the same first name as one of my grandmothers that's passed. So your name caught my eye. Just wanted to come say hi. Your neighbor Edith was very talkative. She wanted to interact with my equipment, so that's always super neat. I just come out and this is what I do. I talk to people that are no longer alive. I'm kind of an oddball, but I'm used to it at this point. I'm a medium, so it means that I channel and I connect to people that are passed away in hopes of showing people that we still exist beyond the earthly plane in spirit, because I know we do. So if you want to interact with my little stuff that I put there, you just touch it and it lights up. That's all it does. It won't hurt you at all. It just, you touch it and it lights up. And if you're able to do that, that's awesome. And if you're not, that's okay too. I won't be here very long. And Helen is quiet. Helen's like, get off my lawn, lady. Leave me the heck alone. Well, happy Halloween, Helen. Alright, so we're going to see if this works. I have two different cameras set up. Have a little one down here. So we're going to see if anybody tries to interact with any of my equipment. See if I can get this a little more stable. Maybe. There we go. The grass is wet, so I don't really want to sit on it. But we have my little light up globe there, and then I've got my meter set up. I am mic'd up, so hopefully one of the cameras will pick me up. So this grave is kind of different from the rest of the ones around it. It's really unique. It's got like a giant cross with a circle around the top of the cross, and it's got markings on the side over here. Actually, it goes all the way around. Let's see if I can read it all. It's like written in Old English. It says Gildamus Choma. It says Glasgow Waterman, born August 8th, 1862 to April 1st, 1889. I can't read that. I'm not sure what that actually says. Let's see what it says on this side. It's hard to see. There's writing all the way across this, but I can't read it all because it's kind of worn. Something about nothing to be compared with the glory that shall be. So this person, I'm thinking, must have had something to do with like churches or clergy or something. I've literally never seen a grave like this before. That's interesting. So the name we have in front of it says Helen Waterman, Curtis, 1863 to 1934. So Miss Helen, that was my grandmother's name. My name's Jenna. I'm a medium. I come out here to just kind of explore cemeteries and talk to the dead and see if they want to talk back. The little gizmos that I have in front of your grave there, they just light up, just pretty colors. So if you want to interact with those, you're more than welcome to touch them. They won't hurt you. They just turn pretty colors, kind of like Christmas lights. So I bring those out so people can see a visual that spirit hears us and that they're able to interact. And I won't be here too awful long, just exploring a little bit. But your marker caught my eye. It was different than all the other ones around. I'm not really sure what this section is for, but they're all different right here. So there's quite a bit of older ones over on this side, and I think the pioneer section is not far from here, just a few little spots over. So maybe you were, I don't know, part of like a convent or a nun. Maybe you were clergy of some sort. Maybe you were really devout in your faith. I'm not sure, but I like your little marker there. It's pretty neat. It's different. If you don't want to talk to me today, that's totally okay. I'll be moving on. But I wanted to come and say hello. It's Halloween, so rumor has it that the veil between worlds is ultra thin. And so I had hopes that maybe somebody in the cemetery today would interact with my equipment in some way and maybe say hello. And if not, that's okay too. Alright, I'm going to move on. Thank you for your time. Alright, so we moved over here a few feet. This is Charles Seavey. Seavey? Not sure how to pronounce your last name. I'm Jenna. I come out here to interact with those that have passed on. So these little things that I set in front of your headstone, they light up when you touch them or interact with them. So if I come out here, I'll show you this one. If you touch it, see how it has pretty lights on it? That's all it does. It just lights up pretty cool. So if you would like to mess with that, you're more than welcome to. We're going to hope that one of these cameras actually picks something up today. I hope you have a happy Halloween. I'm coming out here today just to mingle with all you guys, say hello, all that good stuff. Nothing too exciting. Visited a few family members that are also over here today. Brought them a piece of chocolate because it's Halloween, right? I have more in the car. I can bring a piece over if you'd like me to leave one. Just little tiny pieces of chocolate for Halloween. We're handing them out to trick-or-treaters. All that good stuff. Maybe if I stand like this, the shade will actually block the light, so maybe we can see the meter light up. Charles, I don't know anything about you, other than it says that you were 33 years old when you passed away. You know, it's the same age Jesus was when he died. Interestingly enough. It's a weird fact that I remember. I don't know why I remember such weird stuff, but I do. Were you part of the original settlers that came here, the pioneers? I wonder what you did when you were here. I wonder what, like, your job was, or what you did to earn a living. I go out and talk to dead people. Isn't that exciting? I'm a medium, so I channel spirit's energy. Sometimes I hear you, see you, feel you, all of those things. Sometimes I can smell things that aren't there. So I like to go to the oldest parts of the cemetery because I figure most of them don't usually have visitors anymore, which makes me sad. So I try and come say hi to people that maybe haven't had a visitor in a while. That's it. Don't mean any harm to anyone. I just come to say hello for a few minutes and then I leave. Nothing out of you either. Maybe none of the spirits want to talk today on Halloween, huh? That's alright. I promise I'm a good witch. I'm not a bad witch. I don't hurt anybody. I'm a healer. I use my spiritual gifts to help other people. Alright, sir. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll leave you be. Alright, so I've moved to another section. I do think that this is kind of part of the pioneers section over here. Some of these are really, really old. If you look way off into the distance, the oldest part over here would have been the pioneers. So people that helped to found this, and I see a broken headstone over here. Let's go over here. Literally all of these are really old. That makes me sad. So it fell off where it was at. That's a bummer. So it says, in loving memory of John Stbachan. I don't even know how to say that. Anyways, let's see, 1887, 34 years old. So a lot of these people were like super, super young that passed over here. Another one down here. That's probably a family plot. This one says doctor, which would make sense because there's, you know, all of the... Oh, that camera died. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got this gigantic one right here. This one was a doctor, so I imagine he was the father. And then we've got Nellie, Lizzie, Franny, Dolly, and Jerry, it looks like. So probably wife and children, I'm assuming. Let me walk down here. This camera died, so I'm going to turn that one off and I'm going to leave it alone. So hang on a second. Alright, so that was a really awkward interaction. So I was over there. I went to go leave Helen a piece of candy, and I was coming back to the truck to go to a different section, and this guy in a van pulled up, and I'm like, shoot, is he a creeper? Is he somebody that has family over here? So I kind of waited at the truck for a second, and he said, hi, so I'm so-and-so, I actually work here, and somebody said that there was a guy with a large pole. A large pole. It's my fucking tripod and my video camera. So he said he actually is doing historical documentation, and he's the cemetery's photographer, and that he was just coming to make sure I wasn't doing anything weird. And I said, well, you can reassure them that I'm just a paranormal investigator. I'm not out here to hurt anything. I just literally come out and set up my equipment and talk to the headstones. And I said, but I'm a girl. Short hair, right? Always fucks people up. Anyways, so we're gonna do a little drive-through of the cemetery. Didn't get a whole lot of interaction or anything, which is weird because it is Halloween where the veil is the thinnest, but it is what it is. He was very nice. Apparently he feeds the squirrels in here, which is why that one was so not afraid of me at all. Alright, so that was a really awkward interaction. So I was over there. I went to go leave Helen a piece of candy, and I was coming back to the truck to go to a different section, and this guy in a van pulled up, and I'm like, shoot, is he a creeper? Is he somebody that has family over here? So I kind of waited at the truck for a second, and he said, hi, so I'm so-and-so, I actually work here, and somebody said that there was a guy with a large pole. A large pole. It's my fucking tripod and my video camera. So he said he actually is doing historical documentation, and he's the cemetery's photographer, and that he was just coming to make sure I wasn't doing anything weird. And I said, well, you can reassure them that I'm just a paranormal investigator. I'm not out here to hurt anything. I just literally come out and set up my equipment and talk to the headstones. And I said, but I'm a girl. Short hair, right? Always fucks people up. Anyways, so we're gonna do a little drive-through of the cemetery. Didn't get a whole lot of interaction or anything, which is weird because it is Halloween where the veil is the thinnest, but it is what it is. He was very nice. Apparently he feeds the squirrels in here, which is why that one was so not afraid of me at all. Anyway, my window mount fell off, so apologies for that. Anyways, so we're gonna just drive through the cemetery, and then that's probably gonna be it for today. Maybe we'll capture something on when I view the footage. What's crazy is there's way more activity here than I thought there was gonna be, human people living wise, not spirit wise. I only got one interaction. That was with Edith. Everybody else really hasn't interacted today. Maybe they just don't want to. I don't know what the deal is. I really thought it being Halloween where the veil's thin that we'd have a ton more people. Instead, I got reported. There's a guy with a stick over there. Go see what he's doing. No, it's a woman with a tripod. Everything's fine. Anyway, let's go explore some of the cemetery. All right, I have this set up in a tripod in a different one, so we're gonna see if it does anything. Because my window mount isn't working because it's too cold and it falls off the window. So we're just gonna meander around. It does look kind of neat though with the all the leaves falling off the trees. Do you think that's kind of cool? It feels like a nice cold day in October today. Some people have their stuff decorated. Love that. That's cool. Glad to see some people still come out and visit their loved ones. That's good. Bring little decorations. That guy also said that he is responsible for like helping to repair the damaged headstones, and he said he's like 33,000 photos in and there's like 60 something thousand, so he's still got quite a ways to go to document everything. And he said his great-grandfather or something was actually one of the people who founded this area, or the cemetery area, and that he is a photographer and he documents all of these headstones and things in order to update the find a grave thing, because he said you really don't find much information on that, and you don't. Like, typically it might tell you where they're thought to be located, but that's kind of it. So definitely is a lot of work to maintain this gigantic cemetery. I can't remember how many acres it said that the cemetery is, but it is quite large. It is a really big one. But it's a cool place. I like to come over here. It's usually pretty quiet. Some days you just need that, right? It's another section I haven't visited. I could probably spend weeks out here and still not actually cover all of it. Just find ones that call to me, you know, little random spots that I think might work. Some of these are newer. We're gonna do one whole loop, I think, through the cemetery, and we'll see if we see anything else that really stands out. At least he was nice. He wasn't like, hey, yeah, you can't do any of that. What the heck? I've never noticed that one before. Let me zoom in. Oh, is it not gonna let me? Come on, phone. Well, anyway, right there, it looks like a person sitting on a log. That would freak me out at night if I was just out here by myself, but the cemetery's not open at night. That's interesting. Okay. The crazy squirrel running around. The woodman of the woodmans. Definitely newer ones, it looks like. You can tell by the age of the headstone, like some of them are a lot newer, some of them are a lot older. I like to go to the older sections because they typically don't have people visiting, right? Because some of them have been gone like 200 years. Almost lost our tripod there. Truck does not like being in second gear when we're not moving. There was like a strange little maroon car that kept following me like everywhere that I went today. There it was. That was a little creepy. I was like, what the heck do you want? Can I help you? Okay, so this is the Pioneer side that I was trying to get to. Right here. Right here. And I've been over here several times. This is where I was gonna come next, but I'm kind of wanting to just go drive around at this point. So anyways, all right, so then we had wandered around some of this. That tree was hanging a little bit low. Just gonna zigzag through here, see if we see anything cool. If you guys ever see anything that like I didn't document in the comments of the video, comment and let me know. Because sometimes, you know, like currently the tripod is holding the camera so I can drive and everything. So it makes it really challenging for me to notice everything, right? And to look. But if you see something neat or you think you saw something in one of the videos, definitely let me know. Another statue. I don't know. Some of these graves are really neat. They're like really intricate, cool to look at. Oh, this is 0. So this would be the start of the cemetery then? See? 0. Alright, no way I'm making that turn in this truck. Let me back up. I do wish that they had some bigger roads through here, because it can be really challenging to actually get my truck through some of these things. Like the Pisgah Cemetery that I went to in Cripple Creek, I have a long bed truck, and so it can be really difficult for my truck to fit on these narrow things, so a lot of times I have to get out and walk them, which is fine, I don't mind. Unless it's like really sketchy or something. I try not to go to some of those just because I don't wanna. So we have letters and numbers on the cemetery. I think that's so strange. There's cemetery vehicle. Oh my God, she's got a stick. Everybody hide. It just makes me laugh. It's like, I'm not hurting nothing, I promise. Anything, I would want to protect graves, because I would hope that somebody would protect mine. Although I don't think I want to be buried, I'd rather be cremated. I'm weird like that. I've been that way my whole life. Ooh, that's a strange one. That one right there. That is a strange one, huh? The Addams family, no pun intended. Pun intended, it's fucking Halloween. The Addams family, right? It says, they rest from their labors and their works do follow them. Benjamin F.D. Addams. Interesting. So he had a little bit of family there. I wonder what, see if I can turn a little bit there. This one, I wonder what that one is, why it's so different. That's unique. It's also cracked. It's like, can we not build things out of better material to, like, I don't know, stand the test of time? I would think that would be beneficial to everybody. What do I know, right? There's got to be something better. Okay, so that was some of the section that we stopped in over in here. We're just cruising around. Just gonna go down all these little roads. You can see there's the downed tree down there. There's where Helen and Edith are up here. stuff over there. I do like this cemetery. It's a neat one. There's where all the leaves are. That, you know, we went to peep the trees. Should just come to the stinking cemetery, I guess. Another section that we visited. It's where the squirrel was chasing me. The cute little guy, I'd take him home, but my poor dogs would probably rip him to shreds, so that's a no. Can't do that. I love animals, I just don't want them to like come up and nibble on me or anything crazy. You know, I was leaving little candies out at the headstones today for being Halloween, so I didn't want him thinking that I was gonna give him a chocolate bar or anything. It wouldn't be good. Although they might decide to eat them. Some of them did have nuts, so it'll be all right. It's biodegradable, right? It's natural. Another super old section, it looks like. Kind of unique. It's got like a globe top to it. Interesting. Okay, now this is kind of wild. Let's see if I can do this real quick. So this hillside over here has graves on it. That's part of the pioneer stuff over here. But they're like scattered. They're so far apart from everything else. So like the top of the hill up there, they have a memorial, monument thing, and then they're just scattered all over the stinking place. I don't know. I think it's strange. All right, as we continue. Big tree, don't hit it. Okay. This guy better be cleaning up after his dog. I don't even think you're supposed to really have your dogs out here in the cemetery. So, otherwise I'd bring my crazy dogs. There's another woodman of the woodmen. They look like tree stumps. There's quite a few of those out in here, which I think is kind of neat. Apparently they were a big part of developing Colorado Springs. That they were builders, right? The loggers and builders and all that good stuff. Now, when I first got here today, there was, it looked like a backhoe. They looked like they were getting ready to dig. There is a grave over here that says Jesus. Let's see if I can zoom in. Maybe. Where are you? Right there. And it's got a little dog on it. Very cute. Just catch my eye. Okay. So not that I want to go disrupt any sort of fresh grave or anything like that. But sometimes I'm curious where they're at. I can't remember. Oh, the cemetery that I went to in Fountain a couple weeks ago that I ran into a lady that was showing me some hot spots that she happened to like work there and stuff. There was like a fresh dirt. It didn't have grass on it. So she was even dumbfounded. She's like, but we haven't had any new graves recently. She said, I don't know what's going on, but that shouldn't look like that. See, then we have like tree trunks that have fallen down. It's like, the cemetery is just strange. It's just strange to me. I don't know. And it's massive. There's just tons and tons and tons of stuff here to see. Like some of them had, I guess they call them cribs, a little fencing around there. Oh, I've come over here before. I remember this little like water well thing. I'll show you. More squirrels. See this little water well thing? That. Wonder what that was once upon a time. I think it was a drinking fountain. There's our guy that was like, hey, what are you doing? And we heard you're carrying a pole. Like, nah, just a tripod. We ain't trying to hurt anybody. Well, what's good is now he knows what car I drive, so if he sees me, he can be like, yeah, no, she's cool. She just comes out here, she ain't hurting nothing. She's just taking photos, videos. I think, if I remember right, we've done one over here. This is the printers section for the Union Printers home, and they have several of these throughout here. There are several of them. Stopped to talk to some of them. I don't think we got a whole lot from them. This one is a little bit newer, I think, too. It's a big old section. How many people are out driving through the cemetery today. Really am. I thought for sure, oh yeah, no one will be there today. Clearly I was wrong. I mean, that's good. It really is. It's very good. And okay, we've already gone over there. Big section over there. We're gonna come through this section. Crypts. I don't know why the crypts and the mausoleums always bug me. I really don't. I don't know why it's like uncomfortable for me that like I just don't really like them. I'm gonna adjust the camera. But I don't know. They make me a little bit uncomfortable. So not my favorite section to explore. There are a couple of them out here. Not very many. Most of them are just your usual headstones and stuff, but some of them are big crypts. Drive by the old little church building. I have gotten readings over there before. Quite a bit, actually. That was one of the first ones that I came to visit that I was just so intrigued that it actually picked up EMF. And I don't know, I thought that was really cool. It was a little old chapel that I guess they maybe once upon a time used to hold services there for people that were going to be buried here, and it's still standing. The building's still standing, but it's not in operation anymore. They don't use it, I don't think. Oh, this is an interesting one. Hang on, let me pull over. So this one, it's got some ones that are flat on the ground, and then it's also got a crypt over here. Some more back in the backside there. Yeah. Mark Shuffle, there's a road here called Mark Shuffle Road. So wild, right? That some of these people that are like founders of our city are buried in this cemetery. We have another mausoleum here. Interesting nonetheless. So I've I've told this story before. When I was a kid, I was absolutely petrified of coming to cemeteries. I didn't have any real reason to be. I just knew that I was really uncomfortable in cemeteries. Like, I don't know, maybe because as a kid you fear things you don't understand, right? And there had been a lot of like death and stuff around my family from the time I was really small, and it was kind of traumatizing. Like, I lost both of my grandmothers. I was 12, I think, 12 or 13 years old. They both passed about 6 months apart from each other, and so that was super, super hard for me. So this, I was talking to the guy about this section. So this is all sons of Israel, so it's the Jewish part of the cemetery, and he was telling me a story that there was a Jewish person that was buried in the Catholic section, and they had 3 days to basically dig him up and put him where he belonged in here. And I said, that's kind of crazy. And he said they didn't realize until he had already been there that he was in the wrong spot and that he was supposed to be in this Sons of Israel. So I've never gone in there. The last time I came, it was locked, and that gate has a lock on it. He said there's another gate, so I want to go around and see if, okay, I see the other gate. He said you take the little dirt road, which is what we're on. I wonder if it goes all the way around. I would assume it does. This is not a very well maintained road, I can tell you that. There's some big old divots. Yes, it does go all the way around. Cool, cool. Or does it? Maybe not. Huh. Give me a moment. All right, we almost got my truck stuck. That road didn't go where it was supposed to go. So we're gonna go this way. We'll see if we can find the other opening. It's just weird. It's like, what would make sense is for this gate to be open, but there's a lock on it. And I don't know how else you're supposed to get in there, because it's like, there's a dirt road back behind here, but I can't figure out how in the world to access it. So maybe I haven't gone up far enough. We'll see. I think they blocked it off. It's like random tree roots that don't make any sense, that don't belong. Huh. No idea. Well, I guess that's one we'll have to explore another day. But it's not a today project. Alright, so let me readjust the camera. Okay. So, we're almost over to the little chapel, I think. Not positive, I have to actually look for it. It's a good sized little building, but it's kind of tucked away. It's actually over by the entrance to the cemetery. More mausoleums and stuff. Wonder how many other people were out here actually like ghost hunting today as opposed to visiting family. That would be interesting too. Okay, so a little chapel. And they have some interesting statues over here too. There's the little chapel over here, like there's an elk or something. Here's the little chapel. Tons of people that seem to actually be over here, which is interesting. We're just gonna pull up right over here. Hopefully not get my truck stuck. Okay. Alright. So this is the little chapel. Now, I was, where was I? I want to say I was on the other side of this building and got quite a bit of EMF, but it's cool. It's got stained glass windows. It's real little. It's not big at all. I'm going to go on the other side of this and I'll show you what it looks like. All right. This tripod definitely doesn't want to sit still, so apologies, guys. So anyway, this entrance would have been where they would have probably wheeled people in and out, caskets and whatnot. So it's at ground level, so they would have wheeled it in. And then I've never been inside there because it's closed off to the public. Everything's kind of boarded up and stuff. But from my understanding, it's been here since at least the late 1800s or shortly thereafter, like the early 1900s. I did walk around this little field. Okay, so that's the building that I was at. That one. And there's one electrical wire up there, but it's not like near really where I was set up, I don't think. But anyway, there's like a little can in there. Not really sure what everybody's doing over here. It's kind of interesting. Wonder if they're having like a little service or something. I don't know. But anywho, so this little building, I don't really know what it was used for, but I did set up over there once and got some decent readings. Little mausoleums and stuff, and then we have like some military graves and things, some vaults. Do one more little spin the block here and then we're gonna call it for today. Oh, I forgot there's a little cowboy statue here. Kind of cute. The cowboy. Whoa, right there. Looks like he was rough and tumble maybe. I wonder who he's based on. Let's see. Terry Ken Schmidt, 4th generation Colorado rancher. So I assume that's who that's supposed to emulate there. Kind of cool. I like that they have a bunch of different statues throughout here. I think it's kind of neat. And they have their own nursery where they're growing trees to plant throughout. Because, you know, you need trees in a cemetery, right? That's always important. I'm wondering if this is, yeah, I think they actually did. Yep, they are actively digging a grave today. Today of all days, interesting. Yeah, that's crazy. Never actually seen them doing that when I've been here, and I've been here a long time. Over and over again, I come out here. They're probably like, what are you doing, lady? Nothing, guy. Just wandering around. Just saying hey to everybody, that's all. Nothing super exciting. Alright. So, that is Evergreen Cemetery in Colorado Springs. Come out here quite a few times. I enjoy it. It's nice and quiet, it's peaceful. Typically, I would say there's not a whole lot of activity over here, but once in a while, there is. So I wonder if they ever intend on planting anything over on this side. This is the closest to like the roadway. There's nothing there. And then you'll see as I round the corner here, they've got a lot of trees in the nursery. So that is, they're growing them to plant them. Little office building down here and the entrance, and that is it. All right, my lovelies, I hope you all have a wonderful and safe Halloween. Stay out of trouble. Have fun, and we'll see you next time.